Welcome in NBA Now. I am Will Scott. We're fast approaching the trade deadline. Yesterday, we saw a wild trade go down in the association with Kyrie Irving being sent to Dallas. And on today's show, we're going to talk about maybe the Kevin Durant trade rumors kind of reemerging here a few days before the deadline, break down some top destinations for KD, which is why you should subscribe. We're going to have nonstop coverage leading up to the NBA trade deadline. And on deadline day, I will be live on our Chat Sports main channel here. That is the sub link right there. So go down and subscribe. Hope to see you all there for our live show on Thursday. We're also going to get you daily videos leading up to Thursday's deadline. And on today's show, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about the top 10 Kevin Durant trade destinations after Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks. You had this big three right in Brooklyn: James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is the last man standing amongst that big three, and a lot of people believe that maybe he will get traded here. He's going to want out of Brooklyn now that Kyrie is gone. That remains yet to be seen, but it's very possible. Woj said this: among rival teams, there's far more interest in inquiring on Kevin Durant's reaction to Kyrie Irving's trade request and how that may impact KD's future with the Nets. Will Kevin Durant be traded? Type Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. Will Kevin Durant get traded before Thursday's deadline? Go down in the comment section. Let me know. These three teams didn't quite make our top 10, but they're teams to monitor here if KD does in fact get moved. The Lakers just struck out on Kyrie Irving. Do they want to put together a package for Durant? I do not think the Lakers have the assets to make that kind of move, which is why they're not in the top 10. The Oklahoma City Thunder do have the assets to bring KD back to Oklahoma City, and this has been a Thunder team that has exceeded expectations this year. I mean, right now they're only one game back of a play-in spot. But the reason that the Thunder are not in my top 10 is because I do not believe they're going to want to break up that young core. And you have Sam Presti, who really cares about that young core, obviously, but also cares about his draft capital going forward. So, yeah, they have the picks. They have the young players to make this trade happen. But I don't think the Thunder are focused on bringing a guy like Kevin Durant to town right now. They want to continue to build around SGA and that young core in Oklahoma City. And in the Chicago Bulls, if the Bulls had been maybe playing a little bit better this year, sorry, producer Patrick Steven, he's a Bulls fan, maybe they'd be in the top 10. But I think it's far more likely that they're sellers at the deadline than buyers at this point. But let's get in to my top 10 now. Coming at number 10 is the Boston Celtics. Now, they've gone from being a top 3 contender for KD when KD requested a trade last summer to barely cracking the top 10 here. And the reason for that is because they do not need to trade for Kevin Durant. This is the best team in the East. They have been the best team in the East all season long. They do not need to make a move. And in order to trade for KD, they're probably going to have to give up Jaylen Brown, which would be malpractice. That is not going to happen, but the reason they're in the top 10 is because they went after KD last summer, and Brad Stevens apparently was very interested in bringing KD to Boston. The Denver Nuggets coming in at number 9 here. They are number 1 in the West, so we have the number 1 team in the East, the number 1 team in the West here. When you look at what kind of package Denver can put together, I'm not really sure if they're going to want to do that. Now, right now, like I mentioned, they're number 1 in the West. I don't consider them the favorites, though, to win the NBA title. But maybe trading for a guy like KD will make them the clear-cut favorites to win the title. That'll be interesting to see if Denver tries to get in the KD sweepstakes here. I think either way, they'll make a move here at the deadline. NBA Now is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, Starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning. I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. That's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, the Athletic Greens giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. I drink this every single morning, and admittedly, not too long ago, I was just not on a good diet. I was not putting healthy things in my body. I was drinking maybe 2 bottles of soda every single day, and I've given that up, and I'm drinking AG1. Not only does it taste great, but I also feel so much better each and every single day, so much more healthier. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Go and check it out. Give them a try. You will not regret it. If you're like me and you want to start just getting healthier in general, AG1 is a great place to start. Let's go to number 8 on my list now. That is the Sacramento Kings. What a world. Sacramento Kings might be in the mix to land a player like Kevin Durant, but the Kings have exceeded expectations and then some this season. They're number 3 in the Western Conference right now. And if they make a move on Kevin Durant, they might be a legit contender, but would they be willing to part with a De'Aaron Fox or a Domantas Sabonis? I don't know. They're probably going to have to trade one of those guys to get this deal done. Number 7 is the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Grizzlies were linked to KD last summer when KD did put in that trade request. Right now, they're second in the West. I mean, if they trade for KD, that certainly adds to their title contender status, but I don't think they're a top 5, top 6 contender for KD. Now, if you're talking about a dark horse team here, I do believe that is the Toronto Raptors, because you look at the Raptors right now. They're a team that has disappointed a little bit this year, and they're looking to sell here at the deadline potentially. But if the Raptors can put together a package, maybe centered around Pascal Siakam, and Siakam commits to being in Brooklyn long term, I think that the Raptors have the assets to get a deal done. Now, they were also in the KD sweepstakes last summer, but they did not want to part with Rookie of the Year Scotty Barnes. They might have to do that this time around. Number 5, oh, here we go. The Golden State Warriors coming in at number 5 on my list. Could they bring KD back to the Bay? Now, the Warriors have disappointed a little bit this year in their title defense. They're only 1 game over 500 right now. Steph Curry, he's going to miss the next couple weeks with a left leg injury. Maybe they're aggressive and go after Kevin Durant. And the Warriors are in a situation right now where they have a lot of star power, obviously headlined by Steph Curry, but they also have a lot of young talent, highlighted by Jordan Poole. If you put some of that young talent, like Poole, like Wiseman, in a package to Brooklyn and picks, that might be enough to bring KD back to Golden State, where he won 2 titles not too long ago. Coming at number 4, this might be another dark horse here, but the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard would probably love another star. They parted with C.J. McCollum last year. Dame has kind of been doing his own thing. Now, the Blazers are top 5 on my list just because they were linked to KD very much so last summer. The reason they're not higher is I don't know if they have the assets to get this done. I think the Heat are asking themselves the same question. Could they put together a package for Kevin Durant? They're not going to want to trade Jimmy Butler. They're probably not going to want to trade Bam, but they might have to part with Bam to get a deal done. Now, the Heat were very much in on Kyrie Irving, but ultimately Kyrie got traded to the Mavs. The Heat have really been wanting to add another star in the last year or two. Maybe KD is the guy they will ultimately go after. Again, we're going to be live during Thursday's trade deadline. So go down, turn on your notifications. If you turn on your notifications, that's the best way to stay in the loop with our channel and stay in the loop with all NBA trade news. You're also going to get an alert on your phone whenever we go live or whenever we put out a video. See that noti bell? It's like right there. Go and tap that notification icon. Set notifications to all. Again, it's the best way to stay in the loop during what's going to be a wild week in the National Basketball Association. Coming in at number 2 on my list, the New Orleans Pelicans, who just recently snapped a 10-game losing streak. Before that losing streak, they were 3rd in the West. Now, they've been without Zion. He's missed some time here. So that is certainly a reason for the losing streak. But the Pelicans ultimately believe that they can be a Western Conference contender for years to come. And if they add Kevin Durant, they could be a Western Conference contender right now. Here are some tradable pieces here. They have a lot of young talent on this team. Brandon Ingram would probably highlight a Kevin Durant trade. You got Jose Alvarado, who's played well, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy III, a former first-round pick. Trade maybe 3 of those guys. I mean, I think Brandon Ingram would have to be included, but you trade, let's say, Ingram, Jones, and Trey Murphy, maybe a couple first-round picks for Kevin Durant, that's more than enough to, I think, get a deal done. Now, with trading for KD, make the Pelicans contenders this year. Go down in the comment section. Let me know why for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. Would it make them contenders right now? Coming at number 1 on my list, the Phoenix Suns. And the Suns apparently are already in on KD. Chris Haynes said this right after Kyrie got traded yesterday. The Phoenix Suns are prepared to pursue Brooklyn Nets star Kevin Durant should he become available. League sources tell TNT and Bleacher Report. So we saw the Nets go after KD last summer. They couldn't get that done. They apparently offered a package for Kyrie Irving. I don't know if you saw that, producer Patrick, but they offered Chris Paul, and they offered a couple first-round picks, and it just ultimately didn't get done. Maybe they offer a similar package for KD. It's obviously going to take more than that. I would guess that DeAndre Ayton would be involved in any Kevin Durant trade. Which team is the best fit for Kevin Durant? Go down in the comments section. Let me know which team is the best fit for KD. I would honestly say the New Orleans Pelicans.